everyone. Welcome to a special edition of In the Driver's Seat. Today we're on location at NADA in Las Vegas. Joining us is Scott Gunnell, president of JM&A Group. Scott, welcome back to In the Driver's Seat.
Thanks for having me. I always loved spending time with you.
Likewise.
It's nice to be in Vegas where the weather
was
accommodating. We were able to get here without any hiccups. So.
Any incidents,
yes.
I know. Smooth sailing. So it's so great to see you. You and I caught up last year in New Orleans for NADA 2025. We covered a lot.
Yep.
We discussed the future of F&I, how the proverbial walls of the F&I office are coming down, and how essential it is to share F&I earlier in the car buying journey with consumers. What's in store for 2026? We've been seeing some exciting news coming out of JM&A Group lately.
Yeah, so there's a lot in store for JM&A in 2026. We made a big announcement about a week ago where we launched our new retail transaction technology. It's called Guide.
Okay.
It stands for, it's GYDE, Guiding Your Dealership Experience. And the premise of Guide is directly correlated to what you were describing, those proverbial walls coming down and having better digital capabilities to embrace the customer.
Right.
We call it adaptive F&I. And so ultimately what we see in the future is we need to adapt to the consumer's needs. We ultimately need to adapt to the store personnel. And Guide is our foray into leading the future of F&I from that perspective.
I love it. I love it. So Scott, how is this going to impact a dealership's F&I operations and ultimately the consumer experience?
So what Guide today, version 1.0, it's a platform that replaces the need for your menu and your reporting solution. What's unique about Guide from the product offering perspective is that JM&A sits on 47 years of data. We know a lot about our customers. We know a lot about customers with millions of transactions that have gone through our infrastructure. So what Guide has a recommendation engine that we're leveraging our data, so claims, product attachment rates on vehicles, et cetera, but we're also leveraging third-party data. We have weather data, we have road data as an example to bring in, and that data really helps authenticate to understand what is the best product offering for the customer.
Perfect.
What's unique about Guide, and this is a first in the space that I'm aware of, and what the consumer engine is that we're looking at interactions that the customers had through the technology, and we've established 5 profiles to start. So you and I would fit a profile, and ultimately each profile, consumers want to interact a little bit differently with the technology.
For sure.
That's the adaptive component of F&I. And so the profile, the 5 different profiles we're starting with, ultimately those 5 will become an infinite number over time. Now, if we do know you, meaning you've bought one of our products before, we're going to know that immediately.
Right.
And then we're going to tailor specifically. If we don't know you, we'll leverage more of that profile data to understand, and there's different, really, UI interactions that the tool has based on the profile. So we're very excited about it.
That is so exciting. So, it's almost like if you're in the business office, you're not starting from square one.
Correct.
Every time someone comes
Correct.
in,
Absolutely.
you're like, you know what, I know Scott loves this, and this is a different car.
Yep.
Like, it just makes so much sense. It really sounds like what you were building in 2025, because I remember when we talked, it really set the stage for everything that's happening this year. Looking back, how did that journey lead you to this moment? Because I'm sure it was pretty intense.
It was very intense. I mean, you're right, last year I knew we were building this, we weren't in a position to talk about it. We've been in an agnostic state from technology dependence as it related to the transaction for a long time. And we've had great partners that have helped us get to this point. But when we look at our value proposition at JM&A, and it's really about improving dealer performance.
Yes.
We look at the consumer trends that you've referenced about time of transaction, the adaptive component. We recognize if we really want to influence this, we have to have a greater claim in the process. And so that's why we developed Guide. And it is a platform. So today, yes, we have these 2 capabilities. In the future, we're going to bolt on post-sale capabilities. So let's just say you didn't buy a product at the time of purchase. We're going to have the ability to use the tool to engage with you. Or let's just say your product is expiring. We're going to be able to leverage the tool ultimately to capture you in the future. So it's a big, bold decision of ours. It's a tempered rollout. So we want to make sure our North Star in this was, we have to have a technology that's above what they can get in the market today, day one. So we are live in a store right now. We have a very methodical rollout plan that we're going to go through. So if dealers are interested, reach out to our team.
Yeah.
We have guide.com, which is www.gyde.com. You can get more information. And over time, as we get more comfortable, we're going to bring more and more stores onto the platform. One of the special things when you talked about, the proverbial walls coming down is time of transaction.
Right.
And today when you mentioned F&I manager coming to the F&I office, there's multiple places they need to go to assimilate the information. Guide does that for them. What's really neat is we have what's called the Coach's Corner. So the Coach's Corner is specifically for an F&I manager, and it's giving that F&I manager insights on how to engage with the consumer based on their profile. It's also giving them insights about the customer if we know them. So as an example, Emma, let's just say that you bought a product of JM&A's and you're now buying another vehicle. We can see if you've had a claim on that product. We can see down to the RO what the claim was. So that will be in the Coach's Corner. It'll also be referenced to the consumer. Hey, we see that you have one of these products of ours. So it's that insight that over time should narrow the amount of work that the F&I manager has to do to prepare for the customer. And then it also will speed up the transaction for the consumer, which what everybody's focused on.
Yeah, especially now.
Absolutely.
Especially now. Okay, so that's a big rollout. There's another big rollout I
Yes.
want to ask you about. So we've heard about some new and exciting partnerships taking place. This is new news. Can you share a little bit more about them?
Yes. So we've just announced, again, over the last couple of weeks, a partnership with Stellantis. And Stellantis, the partnership is specifically in the financial products, financial services and products aspect. They have a brand called FlexCare today.
Right.
And FlexCare is across the 14 iconic brands of Stellantis. We've now added a component of that called FlexCare Drive.
Okay.
And basically what FlexCare Drive is it picks up, allowing for more reinsurance flexibility for dealers in the products. It also gives the ability, as Stellantis is looking at their dealer body and they're now on a growth trajectory, how can they lever the power of JM&A to support that? So when you think about the technologies we're talking about, you think about our training, our consultative support at the store level, FlexCare Drive picks that up as well. So it's a full suite of products with all of the product opportunities that dealers are looking for, reinsurance, and then the combination of JM&A's support mechanism rounds out the partnership.
That's big news. Okay, so there is a lot of buzz now around JM&A Group. So with all of these announcements and initiatives underway, Scott, what can dealers expect to learn when they visit your booth?
So we are demoing Guide in our booth right now, so you can come see Guide.
Okay.
We also have our virtual F&I, which we've talked about in the past. We're continuing to demo that. We've set records. Actually, the month of January was our highest on-demand count. For virtual F&I, we did 1,478 deals.
Wow.
So what that means, Emma, we got 18 people across the country that piped into a dealership and delivered a car and did the I portion of F&I for the dealer 1,478 times last month.
Wow.
And that number continues to grow. So you can come by our booth and see that.
Okay.
We've also got some AI capabilities that we're utilizing on our claims side with reporting. And so we could demonstrate that and show you how we're digging deeper into the portfolio to really protect the portfolio. And then finally, you can also see that we've got more AI on the reporting as it relates to performance side of the business, and we're showcasing that. So super exciting.
Amazing. Okay, so this feels like a pivotal moment for JM&A Group as dealers look to unlock these new capabilities that you're talking about. What should they be paying attention to, especially the dealers that can't be here in person at NADA throughout the year ahead?
Yeah, to me, from a dealer perspective, I think it's always the consumer. The evolving consumer is something to continue to pay attention to, which is why we're taking these steps.
Yeah.
Consumers are continuing to influence the outcome of transactions, and I think it's just removing pain points for the customer is really important. But there's a direct correlation to that is some of the pain points that exist at the dealership level also cost a lot of money.
Right.
So a big area of focus we're talking to our dealers about is how do you remove cost to your business? We're seeing gross profit margins continue to normalize back to COVID levels. Fortunately, last year for F&I, we had the second best performance year in F&I outside of 21 following COVID.
Amazing.
So F&I performance is doing well, but gross profit overall is under siege as it's been forever. So I think dealers have to continue to look at cost out. And some of the cost out issues are these multiple steps that they have in the transaction that they could ultimately remove and create a more seamless transaction. So that's a big focus. You're going to hear a lot about affordability. I was literally just talking to one of our large dealer customers from Arkansas before I got here, and we're talking about affordability and seeing there's a shift in consumer behavior as you see transaction prices continue to rise. Dealers have a little bit of influence on that. Manufacturers have more influence. Interest rates, there's other factors. But I think at the dealer level is continuing to try and position their offering to consumers the best they can to fit the customer's budget. And then fixed operations. I mean, every year fixed operations, just a continued focus. It's a way dealers can control everything associated with their fixed operations. I just think that's a big opportunity.
Yeah, okay, well, great advice. Okay, before we go, Scott, we're here in Las Vegas.
Yep.
We're happy to be here, where innovation is everywhere. It's all around us. What are you most excited about in the automotive industry in 2026? Like blue sky, what excites you personally?
You know, what excites me is, first of all, there's a buzz. It's loud here. I mean, it's even tough to hear, which is awesome.
I know.
So it excites me to see the curiosity that dealers have about improving their business. We're projected to do a $16 million SAR. That's a healthy business.
Yeah.
So I'm excited that we're seeing stability in the volume in the business. We know there's going to be unforeseen hurdles that we're going to have to contend with, but what we continue to deal with, or what we continue to navigate as a dealer body, as a retailing body, is we find ways, tariffs, et cetera, we find ways around them. So I'm just excited to see the continued investment. There's a lot of buzz around AI. I think AI has a lot of roles in the dealership and it's solving a lot of problems. I don't think it's solving every problem. So I'm excited to see dealers learn more about where AI can help them in their business and where it can't, and hopefully getting to a more detailed point of what does AI mean for my business and what does it not mean for my business. So I'm excited about that as it lands this year. And I think the manufacturers have a lot in store from a product perspective that are going to help us. More off-lease vehicles coming this year, which is good. So there's a lot of positive momentum, and I think it's going to be a good year.
Yeah, there sure is. Listen, Scott, it's always great to see you, and I wish you a big year.
Thank you.
It's already happening for you and your team. So thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me again.
And
Appreciate it.
and we'll see you all next time from the driver's seat.
Yeah.